Hi friends, as part of AP economy related issues, today we will be discussing about new sand policy of 2019 and what are its aims and what are its objectives and what are the salient features of the new sand policy and how it is planning to achieve those objectives and what are the tools being used by this new sand policy to achieve its objectives. So this AP economy related issues, here I have mentioned the topics which were covered so far, and these topics you can find in my previous videos. So as of now, today we will be going through the new sand policy of 2019 and related issues. So first of all, why sand mining is important? Sand is an important component of the construction industry. And why construction industry is very important? Because without construction industry, infrastructure development is difficult, and construction industry is a large employment provider. That is the reason why sand mining is important. And sand mining brings revenue to the state government when properly regulated, and if unregulated, it leads to the plundering of natural resources, mining mafia, etc. So one more important thing is that AP state is endowed with numerous rivers and it is having a long coastline of 974 kilometers. Because of this long coastline and because of numerous rivers, sand mining can generate good public revenue and also it can provide large employment. So these are the reasons why sand mining is being focused more, or sand mining is important in the state. Next we will move to next slide. So first we will learn about the background. So what happened, what was the earlier sand policy, and how earlier sand policy leads to the problems in different issues. So the previous government followed a free sand policy, that means which they described as pro-poor. But because of this free sand policy, though it was touted as pro-poor, it led to large scale mining mafia development and also many instances of illegal mining. So because of this free sand policy and because of mining mafia and instances of illegal mining, there was a case in the National Green Tribunal over the issue of sand mining, and National Green Tribunal imposed a fine of rupees 100 crore on the government because of the failure to halt the plundering of sand. So we are not going into the details of what are the issues or what the NGT told. For the reference purpose, NGT has issued rupees 100 crore fine on the government because of the failure to halt the plundering of the sand. Then the new government alleged that the policy was pro middleman and was damaging the interests of the genuine consumers. Because of this, the new government wanted to introduce a new policy and they have introduced a new sand policy in September 2019. So we will see about the new sand policy. First I will give the comprehensive overview of what this new sand policy wants to achieve. Then we will go into the specific issues. New sand policy wants to achieve scientific and sustainable mining. It wants to achieve affordability, availability and accessibility as far as the sand is concerned to consumers, genuine consumers, and it also stresses on transparency, and it also stresses on better use of technology for increasing this transparency and for scientific and sustainable mining, and also for affordability, availability and accessibility. This is the overview of the new sand policy. Then we will move into the specific issues. So first of all, what is the aim of the new sand policy? Aim is to address the issues of indiscriminate mining of sand, black marketing, hoarding, skyrocketing of sand prices for consumers, artificial supply shortages and illegal cross-border transportation of sand. So this illegal cross-border transportation of sand is leading to, first, natural resources going into the other states, and second, it is impacting the public exchequer of the state. So what will be the nodal agency for this sand mining operations? It is Andhra Pradesh Mineral Development Corporation, APMDC will be the nodal agency for implementing this policy, and state intends to regulate its extraction and consumption in a scientific manner, and it wants to achieve sustainability, affordability and availability of sand to the public. This is the core aspect of the policy: sustainability, affordability and availability of sand to the public. Next we will move on to the next slide. So here we will go into the salient features. What will be the salient features? So the objectives of the policy is sustainable sand mining, compliance to environmental regulations, ensuring affordable prices of sand and raising valuable public revenues to the exchequer. So they try to cover all aspects like sustainability of the sand mining. Then this sustainability of sand mining have to be compliant to environmental regulations. Then after that it should be affordable to the common man, and it should raise valuable public revenue to the exchequer. So in a way it is a balanced sand mining policy, and the crux lies in the implementation of the policy. Then second point is about rivers and streams. So the policy says that based on the capacity of the water bodies, state government has now classified excavation under categories 1 to 5 and higher. This is somewhat technical in nature, and sand excavation in the river streams of 1, 2 and 3 order, it will be regulated by the district administration for consumption within the district for local domestic needs and government sponsored weaker section housing schemes. So sand excavated from the river streams of 1, 2 and 3 order will be administered by district administration, and it will be used for consumption within the district for local domestic needs and government sponsored weaker section housing schemes. And here the excavation of sand shall be manual only, and no mechanical means will be allowed for excavation. And then next point, sand excavation in the rivers of 4, 5 and higher order will be permitted subject to some rules, that is Andhra Pradesh Minor Mineral Concession Rules 1966, Environment Protection Act EPA, Environment Impact Assessment Notification 2006, etc., etc. So these rules are not that much important, but the point here is that sand excavation in river streams of 4, 5 and higher order will be permitted subject to some rules. These are the rules. Next. So next salient feature is the policy allows desiltation of dams, reservoirs, barrages or large tanks, and the sand available after desilting should be transported to stockyards for supply to government works and public use as per the procedures laid down by AP Mineral Development Corporation. In a way, it is allowing the usage of desiltation sand for productive purposes. This is also a good measure. And then another important feature is decasting of sand in patta lands. APMDC can even identify certain private agricultural patta lands in which sand is cast, which may fall within a riverbed or outside it, and pay the owner or pattadar of land a beneficiary amount which is fixed by the government to transfer excavation rights to the corporation. This point says that the decasting of sand will be allowed in patta lands, and a beneficiary amount will be given to the pattadar of land. In a way, it will generate some income to the landowner. And and government decided that APMDC will pay rupees 60 per cubic meter to the farmers. Next, we will move to the next slide. Another salient feature of this policy is that sand extraction in scheduled areas. So this sand extraction in the reaches that are located in scheduled areas, either partially or fully, will be governed as per the Panchayat Extension to Scheduled Areas PESA Rules 2011, and will take place under the direct supervision and control of the ITDA or district collector and magistrate concerned. Next, in a bid to curb corruption, all vehicles carrying sand will have to be equipped with GPS devices, and the vehicles must be registered with the APMDC and the Mines and Geology Department. So in a way, this sand policy stresses on the technology, that is GPS devices, and through this GPS devices and related technology they wanted to improve the transparency and curb the corruption. And one more point it stresses is that no transportation of sand outside the state of Andhra Pradesh is allowed, and consumers book their requirements online. This is also a technical one, and they wanted to use technology to increase the transparency. So on the whole, these are the salient features of the new sand policy. Next, after the announcement of the sand policy, new sand policy, the government has taken several subsequent decisions which will also increase the affordability, accessibility, transparency components and technology components of the policy. First, we will see what are the issues. So according to the new policy, a ton of sand will be available for rupees 370 only at the government owned stockyards which are operated by the APMDC, Andhra Pradesh Mineral Development Corporation. So a ton of sand will be available for rupees 370 means they are stressing on affordability. Next, an additional transportation of charge fixed at 4.90 rupees per kilometer on an average will also be levied depending on the distance and the mode of transportation. So this also stresses on the affordability. Now come to the accessibility part. Door delivery of sand to the domestic consumers, it was started in February by the APMDC. Then booking of sand at village secretariat level. So booking of sand was taken to the village secretariat level. This will increase the accessibility of the sand to the common man, because now people who need small quantities can draw sand from any source within 5 kilometers, and the matter should be informed to the village secretariat. That means they are just making accessibility of the sand more easy to the genuine consumers. That means government is making accessibility of the sand very easy. Next, now come to the transparency aspect. So booking of sand became online, that is online booking of sand, and GPS tracking of sand carrying vehicles, and curb on interstate transportation of sand. All these components gives rise to transparency in sand mining. And penalties for violation of norms. The government decided to impose a fine of rupees 2 lakh on those indulging in illegal storage, sale or resale and transportation of sand, and to make them liable for imprisonment for up to 2 years for committing the offence. So this fine of rupees 2 lakh and 2 years imprisonment, these are the these government decided to impose for violation of norms so that they can curb illegal sand mining. So these are the issues about the new sand mining policy and its objectives, its aims and its salient features and the components which it wanted to address. So thank you.